Hello, I'm Sister Gabrielle. It's a beautiful, soft Sunday evening here at the Christine Center, and I'm talking to you from the comfort of my own home. During these COVID times, this has been the place where I do most of my work. And my studio is through that door, and also here at my desk is where most of the online courses that I offer and the spiritual guidance that I offer is available. So thank you for joining me here tonight. I'm so glad that you clicked on this video. It means that you're interested in spiritual guidance, and I always get excited when people are interested in deepening their spiritual lives. It's what I love most about being alive. There's so much available to us all around us that speaks to us of spirit, the inner way, and of deepening, and it makes our lives so much richer. It's one of my passions, and that's why I'm here at the Christine Center, and hopefully I'll be able to serve you. So let me say what it might be like if you and I began a spiritual guidance session. We, of course, would welcome each other, and of course, in this time of COVID and being online, hugs aren't an option, but we would still connect and meet each other as two human beings on the spiritual path together. We'd spend some time talking, and I would listen to you tell me a bit about what you're interested in discovering, hopes that you might have for your spiritual life. Perhaps there's an issue or a question that's real pertinent to you right now that you want to explore a little more deeply. And so after we've talked a bit and I've listened, we'll enter the quiet together. We'll become quite still and just drop everything away and be. In that quiet, we'll close our eyes and we'll see what begins to arise, and we'll pay attention to body sensations, feelings, thoughts that come. And after about 5 minutes or so, we'll begin to share what happened in that process of being in this field together, you and I. I'm always amazed by what comes up, and I'm always amazed that exactly what's needed somehow arises. There's a wonderful natural intelligence in the world, in us, and everything around us. And so we'll use that and we'll explore that. And should we have more sessions together, there might be an invitation to do a little journaling, pay attention to your dreams, see what teachings might come to mind, snippets of conversation that you've had, bits of wisdom that you have accumulated that arise just now. And you write them down, or you draw them, or you make a collage, somehow to express and to make tangible what's arising for you in the time, and then we'll work with that the next time that we meet. So it's really wonderfully spontaneous and wonderfully rich in the immediacy of the experience. So that's the way the session unfolds. Now, my own background. So I'm a Franciscan sister for 40 years. I can hardly believe that it's 40 years, but there you are. So I'm a Catholic nun in the tradition of St. Francis of Assisi. Now, I'm also very well versed in Buddhist practice. I've had a 50-year-long practice of Vipassana or insight meditation, sort of a real flavor of the way Buddhist meditation works and how it too can deepen your spiritual life. I'm very comfortable because of all the research that I've done with Native American and indigenous traditions and nature-based spirituality, and I'm actually finding some incredible comfort and wisdom in these days of COVID, walking among the trees, touching the trees, talking to the trees, and listening to the beautiful nature here at the Christine Center. So that's also part of my own spiritual expression. I love ritual, so perhaps I might invite you to do some ritual if you're so inclined, perhaps to mark a beginning or an ending, or perhaps to dedicate yourself to some question or some exploration, or just to soothe your soul. So that too is a possibility in the exchange between us. Now, the other thing I do here at the Christine Center that I love is I teach intuitive painting. I do creativity coaching. And I do that using the principles of Michelle Cassou, who pioneered what she calls point zero, the approach to creativity. And it's a wonderful, wonderful way to break through any creative blocks you may be experiencing in your own creative work. Whether you're a writer, poet, or an artist, or you work with textiles, or you simply have some problem you're trying to solve that requires some fresh thinking and fresh creativity. So we can do that together as well, and that would be lots of fun. So there it is. I'm dedicated to the spiritual life. I'm dedicated to conscious, spontaneous creativity, and I would welcome you to the Christine Center and to a spiritual deepening relationship. Now, that may not be with me. There are several other spiritual guides here at the Christine Center, so take a look at their videos, read their statements about their own spiritual guidance. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in terms of training, I have a master's in theology from Mundelein College and a doctorate in depth psychology, that is the psychology of Carl Jung, ecofeminism, and process theology. So I bring all of that to play, but that isn't as important as what will happen in the space between us, the inquiry we'll do together, and the sheer pleasure of taking the time to go deeper than what everyday life presents. So thank you, and very grateful that you're interested.